Well, there you go. There it is. Welcome to XtalkLIVE lunchtime. It's that time again. Time to eat some lunch. Right here on the old X.com, a fine platform. What a day it is today on the fine platform. Joining me today in studio, as always, is the one, the only Miss Zero Dark Kitty.
Meow.
And it's a day. Lunchtime. Is the winning over?
No, not at all. We're just
Taking a break.
yeah. There would have been much more if they'd have confirmed cash and RFK, but we'll have to wait till next week for that.
Yeah, what's up with that? How did that just get pushed back to next week kind of thing?
Well, they're terrified. They're doing everything they can to save their lives.
What? I have a question. Can nobody on there say we've heard enough and push it to a vote? Isn't it like in-house or?
No, I don't think it works like that.
No?
No.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. So they're pushing that back to next week. Same with RFK.
Right.
Yeah. Can they push it back another week?
They could. I don't know what would happen if they tried. I don't know.
I guess
there's a
that's-
lot going on right now.
Yeah, I guess that's my question. Like how, like if I'm a dirty senator or congressman, I'll be pushing that thing back to next year, right?
Right. I guess it depends on the pressure that the rest of them put on the holdouts.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, we got Pam confirmed. That's a big one.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if Pam does her job quickly, the holdouts won't be there much longer.
There is that.
So,
There is that little shot today outside the studio to the CO2 generators. That's forming a new Terra right there. Beautiful day.
right.
70 degrees. Gotta love it. And Greg wants to know what's for lunch.
Yes. And
Yes is for lunch?
big balls is for lunch.
Big balls. There you go, Greg.
Yes.
That's your answer of the day. Big
Well,
balls.
I think it does perfectly encapsulate this entire administration.
Oh, big balls.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. So,
Okay.
we'll definitely get on that. It's trending, and I think this is the only one I actually have a video clip for today when we get there.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's mosey on over to the old Browsertron. But before we do, we got to switch over here. Hang on a sec.
Okay. Yep. There is a video clip for that. Yeah. They actually say it on CNN.
Turn your attention to the top right of the screen. Now you've got your fail army. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. So I just want to know, leave it in the chat or reply to the post for the show today,
Yeah.
whether you want to continue with Fail Army or back to Pet Collective, or should we just go between the two?
I think the corner should be exploring YouTube. Every day, a new, wacky, and strange video. And yes, I'm fully aware that, that they won't all translate well to no audio, but that could be part of the fun.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea for another show.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is just placeholder stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Just a little added bit, some icing.
On the cake of life.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's that.
Well, whatever you want to do, that's fine with me. Let's move on over to the Browsertron 5000. It is a 5000 series. And there it is.
Okay. Mine's on delay, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on with the first story today. Coming to us from Benny Johnson, President Trump announces executive order coming next week to end paper straws.
Right
And
on.
go back to plastic.
Yes.
Yeah?
Right on.
End the paper.
It's just so stupid, and it's infuriating. When I spoke about this years ago in, like the first year after COVID came out, that the oceans are full of wasted, used masks. that everybody was using for COVID. I mean, it was the most urgent and immediate concern for the ocean at the time because, yeah, there's all the trash and the plastic bottles and the plastic bags and all that stuff that is an issue for ocean life. But this was, like on steroids with the masks. And it was horrifying. And then the stupid idiots, what do? They wrap the paper straws in plastic so they stay sanitary.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, seriously? It embodies the left perfectly. It embodies the ridiculousness of the left.
Yeah.
100%. So.
Interesting. I never buy those stories about the the plastic continent floating around because there are certain things established in science that we know, like the jet stream. That doesn't change. It's constant. We know this.
There is tons of trash, though. There's animals
okay.
all the time being harmed by.
Yeah, but I mean,
I always cut up the ring holders, the ring can holders. I cut my Pringles cans so nobody can get their little head stuck in it. I do all that. So I'm not going to be responsible for some animal out there getting hurt. So it takes 2 seconds to be diligent and do that.
Okay.
But no, it's got to go somewhere. It's not biodegradable.
Well, exactly. It kind of goes back to my point, if I was allowed to finish, the addition to the jet stream for the air in our atmosphere, there's also the ocean currents, and the ocean currents are also constant. And I'm just thinking, you hear, oh God, there's a whole continent of plastic out there. Well, where exactly? I've never been able to find it. And there's certainly no ships out there in the shipping lanes navigating around it, seeing as it's a continent and all. And one day, sooner or later, it would wash up all over some land somewhere, and it never does. So I'm not in the camp that buys that one.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's your prerogative in this free country, thanks to us.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
All righty.
But I mean, it's a good thing because it just marks another return to sanity for the country.
It does, but it's sad that it has to actually get down to an executive order from a president to make that happen. Moving on, U.S. Senator John Fetterman today. I have met with most of the cabinet nominees and have carefully watched their confirmation hearings in my basketball shorts. After considering what's at stake, I have voted against moving forward in my jogging suit. The confirmation, of course, Ms. Gabbard and Mr. Kennedy, and will be voting no on their confirmations. So says Nike sweatshirt.
Yeah.
There you go.
So obviously they got to him. They were not happy with him voting to confirm Pam Bondi, and they put the pressure on him severely because last week he was all about it. He was all about it. Make America first. Do Trump's right. We got to put America first. We have to clean house here. We have to work for the American people.
I don't understand full stop what's going on with this man, because this is the man who not so long ago had to be admitted to the Walter Reed mental ward.
Uh-huh.
Remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
His wife and kids fled the country.
They fled. There was flames behind them. They were gone so fast.
Right.
They were gone before the first kind of Pope camera shot of Fetterman up in the window. So, and then, of course, he's completely disappears. And then, of course, CNN, like a week after he's in the hospital, CNN posts his obituary. And not just a little write-up and they screwed up and they took it down right away, which they did. It was down within 10 minutes after being live on the site. But the interesting thing, the thing that you need to really keep into mind on that whole thing was that they had quotes, and I'm not even making this up. You can go look at the screenshots that the Anons or whoever the hell out there got. There was even quotes in the story from Chuck Schumer. There was a quote in the story from Marco Rubio. talking about, what a loss it was, and that, condolences to his family and in this time of blah, right? That whole story gets posted on CNN, lasts like 11 minutes, and it's taken down, and he's still nowhere to be seen. And then like 2 months later, he's magically seen again, but now everybody's like, holy hell, that's not John Fetterman. That's a different guy.
They said it was his brother, I think.
His ears are different.
Right.
He's got 3 eyes now. He was walking differently.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Walter Reed does not have a walking therapy ward. Completely new man, apparently. And he was wearing suits. And this was shocking to all of his constituents because they voted for the sweatshirt shirt, damn it. Now he's wearing suits and he's actually going to work and things. It was very weird. How do you get announced that you're dead? First of all, on CNN.
I think they were planning to do it until he caved or something.
Right. So then he comes out and he's apparently this new man. And he's getting back involved in voting on all these things. And he's voting strangely. He's not voting like he should, you would think.
Right.
No. Right up to including just last week there, he voted yes.
Yes.
On Bondi.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
And they weren't having it. So out came the big guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're still doing the same kind of crap they've always done.
But I know. But I mean, my question is, if they actually did kill him and do all that and replaced him with a clone and did all that, and he's coming out now and he's totally bought and paid for because he is them, literally.
Right.
Right? How does he vote yes on Bondi? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, like I said, the last couple of months, he's been all about Trump's agenda, American first and, clean house and the corruption. We work for the American people. His big line is, I work for all Pennsylvanians, not just Democrats, that kind of thing. And it seemed as though he were trying to live his conscience at the moment.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously not, because he's caved to the pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm RFK, I'm all for. I wasn't at first, but I am now.
Oh.
And I still am not a fan of Tulsi, though. Still don't trust her. And Director of National Intelligence, they could have done much, much, much better. You can reward loyalty without doing that. That's a mistake.
Well, I don't know. If you're the head of the CIA, aren't you the Director of National Intelligence?
No.
No?
They're two different positions.
Oh, right. International. I keep getting them mixed up.
So, yeah. So I don't know what's going to happen with Tulsi because a lot of people don't want Tulsi. Not just the bad guys.
No.
But the whole thing also about that is the closed door hearing for her confirmation, the secret hearing for her confirmation, which...
Well, that's not starting off on a good foot.
No, it's not, is it? And I have to ask myself why. Mm-hmm. We can't talk about national secrets or national security when pretty much everything's out there.
Yeah.
And so my presumption is it's got to do with questions they'll be asking her specifically. And if that's the case, then absolutely I want to know.
Well, and you got to ask, though, like, this is confirmation for your ability or inability to do said job, et cetera, et cetera. The bad guys always say you're an idiot, you're a moron, you're not qualified, you can't do this, blah, 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 cry, cry, cry. The right's always apologizing for the left in these open sessions. And, well, we're so sorry we had to put you through this today, but, when you and I met, we had a great conversation and blah, 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 blah. And it's always the same story. They never meet with the left. If you're a right getting put up for confirmation, you never meet with the left, right?
Right.
So there's the bitching and griping back and forth. But then ultimately, what do you come away with? Look at Pam Bondi's confirmation hearing. Like what do you come away with? Like, nobody's really any the wiser. It just seems like an opportunity to get 6 or 7 hours on C-SPAN.
Right.
And she's either confirmed or she's not. In this case, she was. But even not, like, let's look at the rest of the ones who still aren't yet. what if they're absolute resounding no on Kash Patel, forget it forever, blah, 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 amen. Trump's just going to go and invoke his whatever and just make it happen?
Yeah, I don't know how that works. And from what I understood, both Kash and RFK had the votes for the confirmation.
Then it's really interesting why they push it back.
Right. Exactly. I'm not sure if Tulsi has the votes, but again, I don't care. Not about that. I don't care. To me, it's a wasted opportunity. And you know how much I love those. Yeah. So.
That wasn't towards me. No, that's, okay.
No, just in general. I hate wasted time and I hate wasted opportunity.
Well, and let's not waste any more. Moving on. George today posts, CNN just unintentionally made the funniest news segment of all time. They reported on a 19-year-old Doge staffer whose online name is, quote, Big Balls.
Yes.
Not even kidding. Here it is.
So this is a 19-year-old high school graduate who has used the unfortunate nickname Big Balls online. So that would be one way that we could refer to him. He is now working at Musk's behest inside Doge. And we looked into his background. And so we found, several notable things, Aaron, one of which is that this individual has founded multiple companies, including one with another unfortunate name, Tesla.Sexy LLC, which he established in 2021. He would have been around 16 years old. Now, this LLC controls dozens of web domains.
So, Kara, you hear this, and you have known Elon Musk for years. So now you look at these young men who are now in data and in the private information about maybe hundreds of millions of American citizens as young as 19, the big balls here that Katie's talking about. Most of them are in their early 20s. There's an exception I'm going to get to in a minute. I'm curious, though, Kara, how well does even Musk know these young men, do you think?
I have no idea. I think there was no vetting whatsoever, as you can see, that's taking place. It took Katie and the really great team. Wired has done an astonishing job here.
Oh, yes.
I could make a joke. That's probably why he was hired, for all this ridiculous nonsense and other nefarious things. But, there's an expression in technology. It's a feature, not a bug.
So this is a...
All right. Well, we're not going to clap for her. We should have booed her. We need a boo sound effect, too, because,
I think they're clapping for Big Balls.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Anything to nitpick. I don't care if the kid is 19, if he's appropriate for the job, if he knows what he's doing, and we hired him for his ability to do that, then that's all that matters. I don't care that he's got a company that he started when he was 16 called Tesla.Sexy LLC. I don't care that he created AI bots and hosted them on a website that operates in Russia to target Russian websites. I mean, to me, that just shows that he's smart enough to do the job. They're just pissed. They wanted 16-year-olds to vote, and now they have a problem with a 19-year-old smart kid?
Well, I think it's funny that they completely negate the purpose of Doge.
Right.
Period.
Yes. They don't want to believe it.
They're not scrutinizing hundreds of millions of Americans. They're scrutinizing these little mother effers.
That's right. That's the point.
All right?
The left knows it. The left knows it also. They know that Doge was created to eliminate corruption in the federal government.
Yeah.
And the organizations that are complicit in that corruption. They're well aware.
Well, but it seems to me like they're trying to make outrage here when we've way long crossed that boat. Like, how many decades ago did the government sell all our information to corporations?
That's right, exactly.
Like, they've already mismanaged.
These losers. Well, so you're telling me Elon Musk has my Social Security? So does the DMV. So who cares? Like,
he's the richest man in the world.
Yeah,
you're not.
He's not going to get a mortgage in your name. I don't think you have to worry about it. Yeah. It's just more of that self-inflating nonsense that we've had enough of. We absolutely have had enough of it.
And it seems obvious to me from this clip that the mainstream media anchors and reporters clearly haven't caught on to the complicity in treason.
Oh, well, they have. They're not going to talk about that, though, because they're complicit in suborning that treason.
Exactly.
So they're not going to talk about that until they're forced to. And it's coming. It's absolutely coming. For me, it can't come fast enough. And I hate all the disingenuous crap that they do.
It's too bad Geraldo Rivera wasn't around, because back in the day, he would have chronicled his entire treason and his tribunal right up.
Well, he is around, and he was complicit in all of this the last 4 years.
Yeah,
with
well,
his big
then
mouth.
maybe we can get a Geraldo Rivera up to the last minute report.
Oh, that's good. But unfortunately, I can't prove that Geraldo took money. He was just being a leftist mouthpiece because he's a moron.
And kind of a gross human being.
Yeah, well, yeah.
There's that too.
There is definitely that.
You.
Yeah, I can't disagree
so
with
many
that.
things wrong with that.
Yeah. Yep, no, I've got to concur.
J-Dub says, X-Talk Live, 69 minutes.
Yeah, I wrote to Elon last night and told him we were already doing a show called The 60 that everybody made me change. So, don't listen to me.
Because it's
or anything. Well, I disagree.
Okay, why?
Well, because I thought it was a great show. And now we're still doing an hour show. It's the same show. We just renamed it.
Right.
So, and now there you go. I was already doing it. So,
okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, no, I did reply to Elon. But Furycast doesn't have many numbers. I'm the one with the following. So I don't know if he'll even see it.
Well, did you respond on my account?
No, I responded on my account, but I told him to go to Furycast Network.
Oh, yeah.
Furycast
that
Network.
abysmal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't nobody go there. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, that's where all our shows are. If you ever miss one, just go to @Furycast Network on X, and they're all there. So
there you go.
yeah,
Makes you wonder why we're paying for a website.
because that's what we're supposed to do.
Oh.
That's what they told us we're supposed to do.
Okay.
And because we have other stuff that's not just X.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not an all my eggs in one basket kind of chick.
No.
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 Right.
Versatility is the key.
That's right. Well, not diversity. Versatility.
I said versatility.
I know. I think of diversity whenever I hear words like that now.
Well, that is your own black ass problem.
It is a black eye now. I can't disagree. It is. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear democracy. I don't want to hear any more of that crap. Just, no.
Yeah. It's funny because today I saw somebody out there trying to be a whistleblower, trying to clue the world in on everything we didn't know, and they're listing off all the evil families of politics.
Oh, God.
And their net worth, and the Nancy Pelosi and her 127 million or billion, I don't know, no,
whatever.
million.
Yeah. Yes.
All these people that make like $200,000 a year, yet somehow have millions and millions and millions of dollars in holdings and stocks and all this good stuff.
Right.
Going through the list there, and they get down to the Clintons, and they list for the Clintons $120 million. I said, that was about 2 decades ago.
Yeah.
They're in the billions now.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't looked into it because I don't care. I want them all dead. But, yeah. I care as far as... I care as far as Trump's executive order from 2016 about asset seizure of all these scumbags.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I care about, because that should be redispersed to the American people.
See, and that's another thing that's kind of funny to me. He puts that in place. What would you say, 2016?
Yep. It was one of the first orders he signed.
Interesting. Great. Okay. Wonderful. If you're the next scumbag president getting in there on the evil side, right?
Right.
Wouldn't you have an aide somewhere in the back room and be like, Mr. President, you might want to get rid of this one?
Well, yes, but that's what made everybody so like something weird going on. Is it really a show? Because you would.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Or they're just that hubristic. They didn't think they'd ever get caught and it would never happen.
I'm not sitting here saying that Biden should be like the first minute he gets into office. He like literally he's sworn in. He's writing the thing. He's got the paper on the back of his wife there, the doctor. He's signed, right?
Yeah, they essentially did do stuff like that, though.
Well, yeah. But I would think
Blatant.
this would be a top priority. Now, I'm not saying that Biden himself would have known that and that would have been a priority for him. He wasn't fit to be in office when he got in. So, but, you know.
No one in the administration was. It was all inept freaks. That was the entirety of the administration. There was not one worth anything.
Do you think that's why they missed it? It was just, we're just that dumb?
No, I mean, maybe. Maybe. Who
can't
can
rule
say?
it out, right?
I can't rule it out, no. But, I mean, that's something you might want to pay attention to because, you know, it talks about, oh, did you see yesterday where they dropped Pam Bondi's documents? One of the first things she did, bring back federal executions.
I did.
That's awesome.
Well.
What do you mean, well? There's no well about it. That's awesome.
Well, yeah, but it pertains to, you know, all our death row inmates and, right?
Why?
Well,
I think it pertains to anyone convicted federally of a crime that calls for the death penalty.
When they got rid of that, states, you know, figured it out within themselves whether they were going to be an execution state or not. And some states have held true right through the whole thing.
Right. Like Florida and Texas.
So, I mean, this to me, yeah, it's a nice little kind of side thing.
I think it's more important than you're giving it credit for.
Do you?
Yes, because I believe it's telegraphing what's coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And why should we keep these people alive for their life sentences anyway?
Well, exactly. Yeah.
No, seriously. It's not a personal statement. It's we, the taxpayers, keep them alive. We keep them housed. We keep them fed. We keep them educated, entertained, medical care. Nope.
Yeah.
We have paid enough. Absolutely, we're not doing that. So.
Well, couldn't agree more. Absolutely. All righty, let's move on. From the leading report today, breaking Casey DeSantis.
Ugh. Yes. Lady Macbeth, I call her.
Reportedly considering a run for governor of Florida in 26 after donors have been urging her to run.
Sure they have.
Per NBC.
Yeah. Oh, well, there you go.
Well, now, first of all, I got to ask this. I got to bring it up here. There we go. Boom. At the mere mention of her name, I hadn't even gotten to the part where the governor of Florida, all that stuff. Like,
right.
That's total news to me. Completely breaking. Did not know that. Wow. I'm verklempt.
Right.
And aghast, to use an English word. But your reaction as soon as I mentioned her name, what's that all about?
I believe it was her that was pushing him to run against Trump and do all that kind of stuff. Uselessly, completely wastefully. And she just strikes me as that kind of person. So I call her Lady Macbeth because that's what she strikes me as.
Yeah.
And yeah, nobody wants her. Are you kidding me?
Well,
doesn't she have children, younger children?
I believe so, yes.
She should try just being a mom. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap. No, it's an obvious self-glorification. It's not about Florida.
Interesting.
Absolutely. 100%.
So she was looking at Melania going, bitch.
Perhaps, yeah.
And then she's looking at Dr. Jill going, wow, if I got in after this hag, I would be a superstar.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly. 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 And unbeknownst to me, Roger Stone hates him too. Hates them. And I don't know why. But everybody knows how I felt about DeSantis. I thought, initially I was like, oh, okay, somebody who's going to, help push Trump's agenda and we're going to put America first and all this kind of stuff. He puts Florida first, right?
Yeah.
And then he ran against Trump. And to me, anybody that would run against Trump, knowing what was at stake, even remotely,
yeah,
has to have a selfish agenda.
Well, and especially when you've got Democrats coming over and joining Trump.
And
So,
well, this was years ago. This was 2020. This was 2020.
that's right. Yeah.
And if you recall, he had
Yeah.
his fundraiser in Dominion offices. And there was a whole bunch of other shady stuff.
No way.
Yes, he was going to be. I was all over it back then in 2020. Absolutely. He was going to be another rhino, like to me.
Oh, yeah.
And that's when I was like, no, F you, dude. You just made an enemy.
That'd be like Schumer 2.0.
I don't know if anybody can replace the scumbaggery level of Schumer.
Well, I don't know.
mean, that's going to be tough.
On the list of earnings, he's not really that high. So I think he's just a scumbag that people don't like.
He is just a scumbag.
Yeah.
I call him Lurch.
Yeah.
He looks like a Lurch.
Yeah, he's only apparently worth $69 million.
Oh, is that all?
That's not a lot.
Yeah.
The hell is that?
Wow. Okay.
All the rich kids be laughing at him.
Right. Wow. Yeah, this kind of stuff has to stop. When you have Americans that are living paycheck to paycheck and don't even have $69 to put away at the end of the week or whatever, that's ridiculous.
Right. Right. Well, even in our tiny corner of the universe here, you know, I often see the viewers and listeners all over the place, you know, telling you should run.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes, and I appreciate that, and I love you for that, and it makes me so happy, and I'm honored that you would think that, because they know I'm going to do exactly what I say I'm going to do. Problem is I can't, because I will do exactly what I say I'm going to do. So, yeah. Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
You'd be killing so many, people will start to think you're working for the WEF.
This would have been over already. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'd be breaking ground in Greenland and Gaza right now. It would be done. It would just be done.
Well, you know, I thought like the week of the election, Barron Trump and a Trump team contingent were in Greenland.
Right. Yes.
What they
Don
were-
Jr. went.
Did he? Okay.
Don Jr. went.
All
Yes.
right.
Exactly.
What were they doing? Like, does it like I saw no reports on it, of course.
They were negotiating, apparently.
You send Barron to negotiate.
It was Don Jr. It wasn't
Don
Barron.
Jr.'s a tool.
Barron is in high school or college. He's not doing politics yet.
Right.
So, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, isn't school in session right now? How did he get over there in November?
Over where?
Greenland.
Barron did not go to Greenland.
Okay.
Don Jr. went with Charlie Kirk.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Holy crap. I watched the video in the airplane.
Okay.
Yes. He did not go to Greenland.
Oh, all right. All right. All right. Yeah, he was in school. The hell are you talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just being his young self. That's right.
All right. So, Casey DeSantis, no FLOTUS for you.
No.
Yeah.
No, nothing. You're done. You did your time. You know, you just look at people and they rub you the wrong way.
Oh, yes.
That's definitely, it's her face. I don't know. There's something wrong with her face.
It's.
She looks like a bitch.
I know what this is because I have a first wife. This is the nice smile and right, and you think, oh, that's so nice, blah blah. Yeah, the thing that gets you is you can tell by looking at this face. Inside, she's sneering.
Yeah,
She is sneering
yes,
at
exactly.
the people. She's sneering at her husband. She's like literally. If the woman's religious at all, I'm sure when she gets down on her knees at night and prays, she's sneering at God.
Right.
So that's right. So
Yeah.
I think that's where that old saying came from. Two-faced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just something I just never. It's a visceral reaction. I get that with some people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
There you go. All right. Well, what?
So the answer is no, Casey. Go mother your children.
There you go.
The only advantage would be that DeSantis is still there to advise, but no, he's done some great stuff for Florida. You cannot deny that,
Yeah.
and that's good enough. It's time to move on and Make Florida part of America again. How
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. That was weird. We lost our fail army. It was a fail. That was a fail of the fail army. Huh.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm sure glad we got the Pi ad blocker.
Yeah. Well, we didn't. And YouTube's done something because none of my ad blockers are working and mine were solid because I had to have solid. I sleep with the rain on at night from YouTube.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks when you get woken up with an ad in the middle of your beautiful sleepy rain.
Okay.
So I made sure I had like the super best ad blockers and stuff. And they do not work anymore. No matter what I do, I can't get them to work anymore. And it really makes me mad because they were working. Like, don't go changing my stuff.
Well, just to pause a second and talk about the streaming services full stop. Like they're really moving now to get rid of television broadcasting altogether. And just have you go and stream. But what they've done is aggressively, even in as little as the last 3 months on some of these platforms, they have locked stuff up so tight, and now they're pushing more ads than they could even get in previously via the FCC rules on television broadcasters.
Right. 100%.
So now it's like, so do you stream commercials? Like that seems to be all it is.
Right.
But then they shine you on. Well, yeah, but you can watch all 17 seasons of whatever in a weekend. Well, yeah. But when those episodes are now no longer the television standard, every episode, some of these episodes are only 24 minutes long.
Yeah. That's true.
They're completely changing the deliverable format, and it's not a good thing. It's just...
Unfortunately, and I've said this, and you could mark my words here, this content creation is entertainment of the future. It's not going to... You're going to have the legacy stuff for a while, but eventually it's going to go away.
Yeah.
I mean, why should they pay for the overhead, pay for the actors, pay for all this stuff when people are consuming content made by individual creators?
Who
much cheaply, and now with the advent of AI, forget it. They can do anything. I've seen some TV shows that people are making entirely with AI.
Yeah, I won't deny there's a lot of talent out there that's now actually getting some of the spotlight that, the film and television industries have pretty much had a corner on for 100 years.
Right.
But absolutely, without question, they are diamonds in the rough because I have seen more absolute shit.
Yeah. Absolutely. You go on even Amazon, you can pay to have your stuff put on Amazon, and it's just god-awful, some of the stuff you watch. You think because it's on Amazon, it's going to be at least B-level. No.
Well, there is no B-level anymore.
I disagree. I see a lot. I watch found footage. I'm a found footage aficionado, horror found footage film. And I've seen 800 maybe already. I seek them out. I put them on a list and I check them off and I watch them.
Right.
Some of them are really great. Like you say, they're diamonds in the rough. Some are absolutely atrocious.
Oh.
And, those people should never make a film ever again. Like not even a home video.
Literally, I was thinking of starting a channel. What were you thinking?
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Right.
And
really?
Yeah.
Like the absolute worst of the worst. Don't even get out of bed.
Absolutely agree.
Don't do it.
Yes. So, but yeah, there's some good stuff out there, and I love good entertainment.
Yeah.
So I'll keep pursuing, finding it.
Yeah.
So that's why I watch a lot of foreign film too.
Well, you see, now this is where you could excel too. To throw in another idea there, you stream entertainment reviewer.
Content. Well, yeah, I guess there's content reviewers now, but yeah, I guess so. I wouldn't mind doing that. It's not like I can't just talk about it forever.
Well, it's got to be stuff you know.
Right.
That's the thing. All the folks out there at those content creating trade shows now.
Right.
There's actual trade shows for it. Yep.
Wow.
They've got like 300 Tony Robbinses at these things.
Oh my gosh.
And and you can pay, of course. You can pay. You can always pay.
Yeah.
You pay $200, $300, $400, $500, $600, depending on the creator who's doing the coaching. And you can actually go into seminars, 3-hour seminars at these trade shows, and they will tell you how to maximize your impact and all that stuff. None of those things talk about the actual content itself. None of those things talk about the skills required to put together a film, the skills required to do this, that, or the next thing that you want to do because you're such an expert, right? That's what they sell you. You're an expert on blah, 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 cooking utensils, whatever the hell it is that your channel's about. And they just, it's really kind of insane. But we are seeing new media come out of that. We are seeing things that have never been done before.
Yes.
And in most cases should never be done again.
True.
There is that. I don't know. It's an interesting time.
It is a very interesting time.
Yeah.
I wish I had more time.
To be interesting.
To create some stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm learning about that stuff this year. That was my New Year's resolution. I'm going to learn how to make AI video. So.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I make video. I love to edit video. Like, he hates to edit.
Ugh.
Editing is his absolute worst job. Whenever we do a project, he hates editing. I absolutely love it. I could sit there and edit all day long. I love, love, love it. So it would be right up my alley to be able to make completely generated video because it's basically just editing.
Well, and that's another thing. In my 22 years in Vancouver doing it, we always farmed it out to post houses. Right?
Yeah.
Where you've got editors that work 24/7 on all the different stuff, cut it all together for you. And
right, which never made
Bob's
sense to
your
me
uncle.
because they don't have your vision. They're not in your head what you saw for the project. Like, I could never do that. I couldn't do it. I'd be mad.
yeah, the director's vision, a lot of people kind of misinterpret that. It's really more the overall look of the film, the feel of the film, the story of the film. It's not really so much, it's got to have his watermark on it. What we're seeing now, though, is we're seeing more and more and more. Everybody's doing everything in-house. It's all here. We do it all. Audio, video, editing,
exactly.
post,
Why not?
special effects.
Yeah.
Right? The whole 9 yards.
People pay for convenience.
Well, yeah, but
I do.
The problem is as an individual person, you might be the world's greatest film director and the world's ass editor.
All right. Fair point. Yeah.
Right?
That's true. Yes, that's true.
You'd end up sabotaging your own stuff. I mean, there's a reason why the industry was set up the way it was, and
That's
it has
true.
all these different departments. And but
Yeah,
I'll
I can't deny
digress.
it. No, I can't deny that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do everything.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right.
So, Mrs. DeSantis, I don't know,
That's a big fat no.
gardening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty, moving on to the last one today, coming to us from Amuse. That's right, Operation Greenland, after Danish Prime Minister gives the U.S. a green light to increase its troop strength on the island. Our NATO allies are considering sending troops to counter our threats.
Yes. This is a very critical, interesting, and critical story.
Yeah.
Critical, interesting, and critical.
Very.
We are, we pay for 70% of NATO. Like, without us, they fall apart.
Hate to break it to you. Latest numbers 2023, we pay for 92% of NATO.
Well, then that's just really stupid of them. In every even at 70%, that's stupid. But I submit that this is a disingenuous story. I submit this is how NATO dies.
Really?
Yes. Because we have to be able to justify pulling out of NATO, which would then make it collapse without seeming such bad guys, right? So if Greenland's acquisition to me is probably already in the bag. If I know Trump, if me, I would never announce anything that wasn't already a done deal.
Right.
So you just jinx yourself. You leave it open to people to criticize and you don't give a crap about their opinion.
I do all the time.
So you don't do that until things are in the bag. You don't announce what you're going to do.
Right.
You never telegraph your moves. So I presume that Trump already has that acquisition in place, which is why the Danish prime minister gave the okay for our increased military presence on Greenland.
Yeah.
And the only necessary for an increased military presence in Greenland would be potentially Russia, which really aren't our enemy either. But again, it's all a show. Remember, everything, politics in its entirety is a show.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely, 100,000%. It's sound bites and a show, and that's what it is. So whatever's going to happen about this, the acquisition's probably already in place, and this is how we bring about the end of NATO. So, because they have to go. Because NATO is literally the strong arm that facilitates a lot of laundering, trafficking, country cooing. It's the deep state's, private army like the UN. Right?
Well, and there's so many reasons why this shouldn't exist anymore. Not the least of
it
which
should have ended in 91.
Not the least of which, by the way, is that the original reason for it to exist hasn't been a thing for a
really
very long time.
That's right.
So when you have an organization and a group, I don't care if you're all friends and you like to go for coffee on Sundays together. If the function that you perform within this group ceases a need, just call everybody up and go for coffee on Sundays without all the flags and BS
And do
and
that.
money.
Right. Well, that's the thing, isn't
Right.
it? Yeah, it's the money.
So, and don't forget, when countries used to go to war, it was war. They would kill women and babies and rape little boys and
God,
whatever,
we don't do that anymore.
whatever the hell we did.
No.
Well, we don't, but
No.
Somalia does.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not like that stuff's not
But-
going to ever not happen.
They don't even get a scathing letter from the UN, another useless organization.
Very much so. That needs to go.
What and how many American lives has that cost alone? Because they're the ones who issue the rules of engagement, what you are and are
Don't
not
get me
allowed
started.
to do in a theater of battle.
This is going to end badly, the winning hearts and minds thing. You know how I feel about that.
That's a 70s thing.
No, it's not a 70s thing. That's a Middle East thing. That's an Afghanistan thing. That's not a 70s thing. They were telling them to win. Obama defunded them and told them that their job there is to, pay the warlords and try and make amends and be nice and all this crap like that.
I think you're forgetting Vietnam. Hanoi Jane
I'm not forgetting.
in there with
Vietnam.
all her NVA Army buddies.
I'm talking about when Obama neutered our military and got our people killed. That's
Well,
what I'm talking
It's
about.
one more example of it, but
Well, that's the one that matters to me right now.
okay.
So, I was not around for Hanoi Jane. So,
Yeah, me and boys back in Hanoi.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Let's crash your Vietnam vet right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, how many American lives has rules of engagement cost us?
That's what I'm saying.
Just since the Middle East. Let's talk
Exactly.
about mid '85, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know. I've always been the opinion: you go to war, you kill everybody, and
That's
you
it.
take whatever, and right,
Right.
Genocide. Well, yeah, I guess that'd
It's
be part
war.
of it. It's
That's
war.
synonymous for genocide, actually. They just and then they pull the shady shit.
Mhm.
Oh, they give our troops rules of engagement for civilians, and then they go and drone strike them. And yeah, it's a load of crap.
Yeah.
And I don't believe that is going to be our military moving forward. I think it's going to be the U.S. military making holes wherever we go, because that's what it needs to be.
Glass parking lots while you wait.
That's right. 100%. Especially the crap of, and I get it. Trump and the administration, and they're like, humanitarian and, peace and all this kind of stuff.
OpenSociety.org.
They need, and Hegseth should know. I mean, the kind of savagery we're talking about, somebody's got to make the call, because the rest of the world shouldn't be subjected to it.
No.
So, yeah.
No.
Everybody's like, oh, they're human beings too, until it's one of their own that they kill.
Even in some cases,
True.
There have been situations where
Which I don't
you
get.
can kill their own kids and they're still simping for them. Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
Yeah. So what would the world be like without the United Nations and NATO?
It's going to be awesome. And we're going to find out soon enough.
See, Watchful Warrior in the chat there talking about blue helmets. The blue helmets.
I have that image with all the bullet holes in the UN helmet.
Well, not just that. I was more going back to the 70s about the United Nations peacekeepers in many areas of Africa and Middle East, I believe, at that time. And that's what they would do. See, that's another thing a lot of people don't understand. You're a UN peacekeeper. Know this from Canada firsthand. You're a UN peacekeeper, so we're going to go and deploy you. And you'll have a gun, and we'll have tanks and stuff. Well, stuff you can sadly call tanks. We'll have like 1960s frigates out in the ocean there supporting you, right? And you'll wear these glowing blue helmets that, everybody in the battle zone's all camouflaged to hell, but then there's you, right?
Yeah.
And then, to top it all off, they deploy you and do not give you ammunition.
Right. I heard that.
Right? Because by their rules, well, you can't shoot a blue helmet. Oh no! If they're there, they're there to peacekeep.
No, except now we know that they were there to traffic, and they were there to launder. So yes, open season.
Well, I don't know about you. I got nothing.
About
what would the world be like without them? I don't know. Like,
well, we're gonna find out.
Who would be the ones who are constantly, putting China as the enemy and Russia as the enemy and America as the enemy? And
that's
right?
the whole thing. This was why they were able to get away with this for so long, because they made everyone believe they were necessary to protect us from the enemies they created, and they propagandized.
Yeah.
So the world is going to be much more peaceful. And if everybody enforces their sovereign borders, it's going to be much more secure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think you're going to see, hopefully, the travel industry boom again, because we'll be able to go places again and the world will be safe for us to do that and enjoy.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I know. There's a lot that has to be done, but like we have to get every Muslim out of the West first.
Well, I was just about to say,
I'm aware.
what happens to all the North Americans? Because I know there's a bunch of Canadians too who will severely, very, very heart-wrenchingly miss their Muslims. Well,
they can go live there then.
You can go get an all-expenses-paid trip to Djibouti.
Yeah, I don't care where you go.
Djibouti.
Yeah.
I had to say that. Greg loves that word. Yeah. I don't know. I got to agree with you. I think it would be a lot more peaceful world. I think you would see a lot more countries out there, ignoring this whole NATO UN thing. I think you see a lot more countries out there applying for and becoming a more westernized nation because clearly, I don't care who you are, we've proven that model.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So yes, you're still going to have third world problems and whatnot. Yes, maybe some kind of talks can happen where, some of these afflicted countries that, have been farming dirt for 2,000 years and still only have dirt, maybe there can be something done down the road to aid those countries and bring them up to, first world standards too. I don't think anybody would naysay that. Well...
I don't know.
There's you.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, I think I am in full agreement. There'd be a hell of a lot less war. There'd be a hell of a lot less.
And that's the goal.
Yeah.
That's absolutely the goal.
Yeah.
That's the world we want to leave our children.
Yeah. Oh my God, I've got bad news. The NASDAQ 100 is down 0.98%.
No. It's going to be a depression.
It's probably just because you said we got to get rid of the UN.
Probably.
You better take that back.
I'm not taking that back. I am not.
No. Well, that rounds it out for us today at lunchtime. We are pretty much at the end of the program, except of course for the most popular part of the program.
And I think it's a good FAFO today. It's a gooder FAFO.
Well, find me a bad one. Really?
True. Okay, fair point. Very true.
Yes, gang. So once again, we're bringing it to you, kicking off the weekend with the one, the only Steve Inman, bringing you the FAFO of the century.
Yes.
It's from 2022, I think, but it is a gooder.
And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. And we'll see you right here on Monday at 12 noon. Love you more than catnip.
At first glance, it appears to be a rear view camera on a bike and this man doing the jazz dance, but second glance, it appears he just missed a kick. What an idiot. Karen's husband, Darren, at it again, comes in, tries to kick this biker. Darren catches air, ends up getting higher than Hunter Biden, and ends up falling on his ass just like a Biden.
Move, bitch, get out the way. Get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Move, bitch.
You know, when I see a video start out like this, there's only a couple things that come to mind. There's two types of people in this world. Those that know how to operate a bike and those that should stay the hell away from a bike for the rest of their natural-born, God-given life. My God, she's probably scraped up now looking like Hamburger Helper. Nowadays, people will do anything for a like on social media, including myself, commentating weird shit like this. Comes up with a slip and fall, unfortunately not in a liquor store. She spins around like a hippie from the 60s. God, I hope the bike's okay. Somebody tell the first responders to bring a freaking spatula. Well, Sharon here is privileged. She believes the rules don't apply to her, so she's going to try and run up on the cage randomly, but instead gets pushed off the wayside like the freaking idiot she is. Now looking like a bitch in the little ditch. What the hell were you thinking? You thought you were so cool. You thought the liquid courage will make you look like a ninja. Nobody would see you, but no, that's wrong. He saw you, she saw you, and boom! Now that's why you end up on the ludicrous cam, dummy.
Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch.
It appears Sherry Garcia is now holding up the tram because she was late and the tram is trying to take off and these people are trying to get to the terminal. Now she's making them late to their terminal because she wants to get on this. She's persistent. She won't let go. It's like, wait, I believe another tram comes within another minute and a half. And now it's pretty obvious your procrastination skills is what caused this predicament in the first place. Darren thought it would be a good idea to touch the horse, and the horse thought it would be a good idea to kick his friggin' Speedo ass out of here. My God, he takes it right to the egg roll. The horse sends a solid reminder that Speedos are not welcome here, and booyah, doing society a favor by kicking the Speedo freak to the curb.
Move, bitch. Get out the way. Get out the way, bitch. Get out the way. Move, bitch.
And it looks like he may clear the crossbar, but not today. He comes up short. Looks like his egg roll made contact with the crossbar. Let's take a look at the replay. Yep, you can see he comes up with the short end of the dick. I mean, short end of the stick. As the North and the South Pole meet in the middle, obviously has nothing to be ashamed of and everything to be proud of, especially when competing in the Olympics. Okay, this shit just got weird.